Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds, welcoming you back to Lovecraft Country and the Cultist Simulator Ghoul DLC tips and tricks. I'm afraid this is not another live episode because I cannot get a connection worth a damn at this point, so we're going to continue to keep working on that, but in the meantime, the show must go on, of course. Now, I've done a little grinding off to the between episodes here, not a lot, but one of the things I wanted to point out to you is that I, of course, have mentioned my preference for the Mothman prophecy style of play, in which I couldn't do a moth cult. But one of the reasons I wanted to show you where that was good is that while you can get a level 6 moth lore book easily from a level 2 vault, the Starfacom's Residence, I believe, or by combining lore from the bookstore, that allows you to get all your 2-point moth individuals, such as, where are they? Sylvia and Porter here, up to disciple level. But of course, if you just add an influence of 2 moth, which is pretty easy as it will cover fleeting reminiscence, restlessness, fascination, and one you can actually generate yourself, because if you don't by any chance happen to get any of those cards or you have to use them other purposes, you can create your own by glimmering a lesson learned by combining 2 glimmerings, which are pretty easy to generate in themselves. So that being said, let's get Violet off of the believer scenario and initiate her into the higher ranks of the moth cult by using the power of my imagination. So, which ironically is exactly what chaos magic would work off of. I can dream it, I can do it. Anyways, a little normal speed to start off with so I get back into the flow of things. Yes, oh good lord. Well, by the way, we are approaching the 725 mark for anybody out there who's been keeping track of for the okay, what do we got here? Oh yeah, by the way, I'm still combining lore over here for the secret histories. Yes, the 725, everybody's keeping track of Secret World. If we do reach that before we finish the end of Lust from Beyond, we will be doing the South African Chronicles. Now, of course, I usually should do that for other episodes regarding Secret World, but we're not doing Secret World at the time, so I'm kind of mentioning it as we go here. Yep, that was a basic nap, because right now I'm attempting to do the unskilled labor, which will keep our head above water, but as you can see, we only have 3 funds to play with, while we're trying to get rid of the cop, because we still have 2 Mystique going. Now, I should be able to get Tristan's, how do I put this? Now, the thing is, when we're done with Bleak Thoughts here, and the Dread Trap does not, in fact, go off, it'll give me a fleeting remembrance. I will add that to Tristan's for her initiation, and we should be fine, making him our next disciple, and that should be our first forge, I believe? Yeah, Tristan's forge, I believe. Yeah, you see the cult's still a little thin. There goes one more Mystique, so we're getting closer to getting that done, and there we go. Let's see if we can make this work a little faster. Cool. Okay, we'll put you into nap status. Oh, wait, pause. God damn it. There's the fleeting remembrance we're going to need, plus yet another vitality. I could be moving into doing the level 4 heart one, since I've got Forge Lore. That's what you need when you're doing the non-dancer version, but kind of not feeling it at the moment. If we get there, we get there. But there we go. Oh, good grief. We're not going to be having her get a body for us quite yet. All right. Cool. You don't have to poison any of your patients, but if we can get this, yeah. If we're very quick about this, Tristan can get to... Wait, no. Good lord. Maybe I should still be keeping it normal, because apparently I'm still not quite there yet. All right. Cool. Hit me. Alright, now we're doing that initiation. We can't stop working because capitalism will kill us if we stop. It will kill us if we keep going. In the meantime, however, since we've got a level 6 lore coming in play, we're going to stick that into travel, because I definitely want to get the Orthos Wood, which is a level 6 vault, because that will allow me to initiate my Moth Cultist into Exalted level 10. But it's a random draw on that one. In the meantime, we're going to take advantage of the Nox special ability to combine it with any other lore. In this case, it's going to be one of the moth lores to get us to level 6, so we can finally solve the Stag Door riddle and be able to move on to greater amounts of secret history lore. I don't have to keep combining all the lore like crazy. But I will need to pass both of those tests. I will need to pass a knowledge test, which would use a library or an erudition, and we do not have the library as the shop is still going because we can't afford to empty it quite yet, and I will need the moth's intuition. So what I'll have to do is knock out study for each one of these, both reason and passion, to get those influence cards. and why we're just humming around in other places as well. Now, one of the other things we can do, pause. All right, God, why do I keep missing the pause button? I hate using the space button on you because I'm beginning to realize when I'm listening to my playback, you can hear me clacking. I mean, it was really bad when I was doing the Senua's Sacrifice boss battle, which you only see if you're a supporter, because that's one of the supporter unlock episodes. And when I was going through the editing, realized you could hear me button mashing 2 feet away from the microphone. I'm gonna have to work on that with filters or something, because it's probably a bit distracting. Okay, so there we go. And Kristen can use the power of my memory to become my next disciple. Now, let's see. So we've got this open. We might as well just toss in this and attempt to get some more level 6 lore, just in case. At the very least, we've got a decent shot if we visit Teresa over at the Sage Knight's Lodge that we can in fact get a glimmering or erudition. Of course, we already got one of these. Chosen, so it's kind of like a 1 in 4 chance, but hey, I will take a 1 in 4 chance. Again, labor so we can get rid of the cop. And continuing forward. Don't think you can hear my clacking of the mouse, but if you can, it's annoying, let me know. Probably never noticed it till I just said it now. Anyway, see, as the erudition. So rather than waiting on a potential success from Teresa, we're just going to go right to producing the glimmering. Using the passion. Now, I could, if I had the cash, simply done a paint scenario and hope to get another glimmering there, because there's a decent chance every time you do that. Nope, it's the Abbey. It's not bad, though. The Abbey is a good shot for a decent amount of lore. Oh, God. That's the thing about this, is that there's so many temptations to do so many interesting things, but you can't, because the more you do, the more noise you make, and the more noise you make, the more likely that you'll attract the attention of people you don't want to attract. Just checking my notes real quick. I'm not sure if this particular run is one I want to do, but it's not bad. Let's see. No, it's probably not worth it for the effort, and nothing in there specifically is going to work for the Ghoul. I need the Orthos Wood level 8 tool, and of course additional lore as well, because of course the idea is to make me as powerful as possible in the powers of chaos itself, because chaos is cool. Okay, not to mention it's got a really good Secret Histories book. Now, anyways, I've rambled on a bit too much. So while we're doing that, you'll notice that I've been keeping... no, we're not doing that. We've been keeping this lore, level 6 lore over here. Now, that's because we've got the good Dr. Aladim? Dr. Aladim. I hope that's close to right. Now, he will want us to try to do a treatise either on Lantern lore, which we have level 6 of, which is the maximum that he'll want to front from us, and Secret Histories. So, if we do that, we can start trying to get some real cash as opposed to breaking our back with Laborer. So we're going to hold this off for now. And the only thing I could possibly be looking for, because I do want to tackle some more of these, is to throw out a vault. But again, we throw out a vault too soon, we're going to get the cop behind evidence on us. So we're going to let it slide for just a moment. All right, there's the restlessness, which we can use Miss Nothius. Oh God, I've forgotten her name. Naina. She kind of comes across as name, and considering that the Maid in the Mirror's job is to collect the names of the dead, that's actually pretty appropriate. So let's pop in the Dreamland first. Okay, we don't want another restlessness, and fascination not helpful. Do we have a fascination trap coming? We do! We do have to get rid of this, and we have to get rid of it fast. Fortunately, I can't use it for initiation purposes, and Miss Naina will not get rid of fascination. The only possibility would be... No, it's not going to work. We had 47 seconds. We could let this decay into dread and match the two together. But we also don't have... We can do, real quick, if we're real quick about it, we can turn the restlessness into a fleeting reminiscence and use that to cancel this out. Which, unfortunately, is not going to work. Oh, God, that's right. Because, unfortunately, 27 seconds compared to her 30-second cycle is not going to do it. So, in order to get rid of the fascination... Oh... What we can do, obvious. We can let the fascination trap go off, or... Fortunately, we don't have the lore here to do it with, because some fascination combos can be used for that. Let's see. So many things to do. Because I could probably put that to 6, combine these two, so fascination, and I'm thinking too much about this again, aren't I? All right, so the best thing to do would probably be to consume it using painting. But restless will become dread. That becomes another issue. Yeah, we're thinking way too much about this. Let's just do the original idea of letting the dread trap take the fascination, then letting it take the fleeting reminiscence. Assuming that we can. If it has to be dread, we can work with that. I can switch that back to restlessness. Meantime, we're still trying to get care of the cop. So, and this guy, yeah, Pure's of Renown means he's still looking. Once we get to the evidence phase, we can safely let it slide. All right, so, and boom. And a nap. Okay. Yeah, we can't really do much for a expedition because of how low cash we're on right now. Okay. Put this here and here. Okay. So, and boom, there goes the trap. All right, so pop the health from here to here, and Wisnaina shall put this into here. Now, if I'm right, it will suck it up. If I'm wrong, and it's only using a dread, we will pop that back into restlessness and get rid of it that way. Then, of course, get a fleeting remembrance back. I'm just call this a memory card, which is kind of funny. Just realized that, what I've been calling it. All right, so you are a disciple, so we need to move you into place here. Okay, so what to do now? We've got the talk scenario open, so let's go talk to the doctor about getting a commission, which will only take about 10 seconds. And then you can start thinking about real cash, as long as we're willing to risk the mystique. There we go. It is a substantial lantern, which will need level 6 lore. Now, once we get rid of the... There we go. All right. Now that we have these two going, we need to combine Knockalore and the Moth lore, so we get a 6. They're incantations of unseeming, well, actually, it makes kind of sense. You can combine any lore, but it actually makes sense that chaos and void would work well together. Okay, any lore study with knock becomes knock. Hit it. All right, hopefully this will work. And we've got a little more cash left, plus all this vitality. If a sickness card pops up, and let's just keep napping. Now, what we should do right now is take the commission, take the lore we need for it, and then add the reason. So we have the treatise when we want to do it. I'll just call it essay because I'm probably mispronouncing that too. Okay, so we are now clear of the cop. He's going to take 30 seconds to look for the evidence. So the question being is that I don't see another one of the season of suspicion, as it's called, coming down. So we can theoretically do another one of the expeditions if we are quick about it, and I remember to put one of the heart people into trying to get rid of the notoriety that we generate, because that's the only way I can make sure they get rid of the notoriety. In the meantime, I want to access one. It's Forge, unfortunately. Ooh, we don't have a 2-pointer I'm looking for, do we? I want the church, which we do not have, the Ortheic Church. So, oh wait, there it is. Never mind. I've already emptied it out. My apologies. So, in that case, I do have what I want, which means I can play a little bit. Now, the thing is, what I really want is I want to be able to access Forgotten Mithram, because that's one of the more interesting side quarters you can work with. It has both the sanctuary, which you can get from the church as well, if I change that out to get rid of a notoriety, but it also has secrecy, which allows me to be able to do that, and it allows me to generate a 2-point influence of light, which then becomes fascination, which then I can use for other purposes, considering I'm using the moth, right, the moth cult. Okay, so yeah, just hang on for a second. I think because I forgot that, I'm gonna have a little more coffee. Right then. Okay. So, in the meantime, we also have to access the other places that we're going to be getting the scraps of flesh that we're going to eat when we become a ghoul. Crowkiss Hill, by the way, is one, because that is, of course, a tomb, and I believe is it Ben or... Yep, Keglin's Scratch, I believe, is the other one. Make sure. Yeah, Keglin's Scratch and Crowkiss Hill, which I both have. Now, both of those, of course, have their own challenges, which means that, and I'm not set for either of those at the moment. One requires Forge or Lantern. Again, we don't have that full set of 10. The other one being the Dead, which is Winter, which I do have, which I can use. And, of course, the Ben is, again, a Forge Lantern, because, of course, the Crowkiss Hill is Forge Knock, because, of course, it is. So basically, my best bet is to try to either A, get, if I had the extra cash, to get an additional assistant to do so, or B, start fishing for more cultists, but again, produces this issue. So what we're going to do instead is that we are probably going to probably keep diving for Orthos Woods and hold off on the expedition for now, just for now. And we'll also leave it open in case we want to do Moorland Shop, because I'm gonna risk it. We definitely need more books. Gotta keep track of what I'm doing for the combining lore as well. All right, pause. Okay, into the night's going. That's there. You've got this, and I've got yet another vitality, and I will never complain about having too much vitality, by the way. All right. There we go. It's fleeting remembrance, and I'll get that right back. All right, cool. I think this is another lantern book. I can probably work with it, or I can choose, since I've already got 6 points of lore, and probably this is a 2-pointer. Yeah, the thing I could probably also do, which would be kind of interesting, by the way, is I can just sell them back using the empty the shelves scenario, which is kind of probably what I'm going to be doing. The idea that I need to use every single book is completely ridiculous. Right, it's only a lantern 2. So what I'm going to do is just go right around, since I'm not doing an expedition, sell it back. We might be able to get our funds back, which means, allows us to get through this scenario much faster. Since, of course, we need to be fine here. Let's dive in for more lore. And leave talk open for now. Alright. For the vitality, which one do you want? Knowledge. Okay. Good. I picked it in the right order, because otherwise it could have been bad if it wanted the glimmering first and the erudition wore out. Now, the reason, by the way, I did this is that if it really came down to it, I can give him those two, I can give the doctor the treatise and the one I've written, the essay I've written for him, and get an erudition. So yeah, it's kind of a backup plan. Now, other scenarios we can do is I can see what the Count wants. The Count's going to want heart lore, which we've got 6 of, or knife lore, which means we have a roughly 5 and 6 chance of being able to fill his request as well. So I think we'll probably do that. And the question is, do we go back to being a medium, since we're not doing expeditions, or do we continue on doing manual labor? And I'm probably going to shift over to memory as soon as I can, as soon as this one comes here. So I have 41 seconds. Yeah, might as well just keep the manual labor going until I have that memory card back. Oh god, it's memory card. Alright, so yep, that's going to be okay, because we definitely have the heart lore for that. And let's see, yep, holding off. So the question is, if we're doing that, we might as well go right back to talking about occult lore and that. Now, as long as we keep the mystique to a dull roar, we can probably get away with dealing with the cop for a little bit. I mean, if we end up in the same scenarios before, I'll live with it. Alright, so what do we got? Ooh, we got, yeah, make a profit out that book. Somebody must have wanted it badly. Alright, so there we go. And the mediumship. Now, yep, that's dread again. So we have the dread's already been active. It means it won't reactivate, which means that yes, we can immediately go back. Oops, she's not done releasing yet. There we go. And into the dream realm. Oh, I'll live with it. Not going to be useful, unfortunately. Alright, so yeah. Do the mediumship. Now the question is, do we want to use this or keep using the restlessness track? If we want to use the restlessness track, I can't initiate. So we'll just burn this off for one, and besides we want to stay below the radar a little bit. There we go. Jason's back. And you want the glimmering. Boom, good. Because that's the order I selected them. They should go in. Breathe. Alright. Since we used that extra fund, let's just, of course, spend it right back at the bookstore and attempt to get those shells back. Right. Got another potential cultist coming in, which is good. Mystique and funds. Quick pick me up. And there we go again. There you go, dude. You'll be wanting to find that on me in a bit. Now, I could use one of the heart cultists' 70% chance of removing the mystique, but why in God's name would I want to do that? And since we don't have a memory card currently operational until the dread card is a dread trap releases, back to manual labor. Gods. How the mighty have fallen. We can be death selected by the death gods to represent them, and yet we still have to pay the bills. Figure that, death would at least have some cash. I mean, you can't take it with you, so I guess death keeps the wallet. Okay, essays. Ooh, poetry. We're up to 3 on poetry, which means I could probably bring this up to level 4 rather easily. Okay, what might be the next thing we do. In the meantime, let's get the lore up to 6, and then we will answer the riddle. Okay. Alright, I pause every now and then, of course, just to keep track of things, because you know how quickly, if you've played this game, things can get way out of hand fast. And more vitality, plus that favor from authority should, you know, one of my cultists somehow manage to get themselves arrested. Okay, the dread trap has been activated, so fleeting remembrance, and boom. The cash. Alright, so. Hanger on. Just you, dude? Okay. You're hardly worth it, but, you know, the thing is, I'm actually tempted to try to... But there's a technique where you can actually try to bring these guys up, give them a 2 points in additional lore. In this case, it depends on the color. For example, I get 2 points of light lore plus the 1 knife lore. It's not super effective because in a lot of ways it's all your work. Not super effective because in a lot of ways the you can get brains can break and they become lunatics, and you know, lunatics eventually become bodies, and I've got use for bodies, but I want to be more controlled about that. Okay, 4 point will do because we don't have all the 4-point ones now. So boom, back up here, and we can always combine them. And yes, all shall be opened. We open a thing, then it will learn its nature. Boom. Incentive wounds, which means we have that, which means the dream card is now open. We can go backdoor riddle and answer it at 6. Serpent's answer: I myself must be opened. Behold my blood. Whoops, hold on. I myself must be opened. Behold my blood which is shed. Now, if you went through the Priest DLC, you know it's exactly true. We opened ourselves up to become the way. Yeah, that doesn't sound like something I'd like to do, mind you. Let's see. Now we've got that combined lore. What the earth can we study? Alright, so we can get additional moth lore. Not really super about that. Ooh, definitely need to get... We need to get a Latin card. We need the Count to be able to do that. The Count will do it if we do his mission. And we're starting to stack up the... But in the meantime, let's read the Rose of Wasanel. Rose of Rosanai, by the way, is one of those references to the Sisterhood of the Knot, who are the renegade cult in the church that worships the divine feminine instead of the divine masculine. But Saint Respices, but Wasani is actually the character who will eventually become your Grail challenger in the Apostle runs. The one who transforms from man to a woman because that is his actual desire. Like I said, trans narratives and cosmic horror are strangely more common than you think. Alright, so... Alright. You know, well, if trans is always considered liminal in most societies, that being able to exist between 2 different natures simultaneously allows you to grasp magic easier, is the theory. Which is... There are a lot of gender fluid witches out there. Alright, so... Right. So what I'm going to do at this point is... Since we don't have a memory card, and what's coming up is... Yeah, we're going to be dealing with that. Okay, so if we do this just right... Okay... Alright, he's going to go in there. Once he gets to the 1 second or so, we pop in this, we hide the Mystique. We don't need to actually fill these slots, by the way. I've got the extra passion, I think I will. Could be used the cash. And if we've got anything we want to get rid of, I don't think we do. I mean, I could just take the old vitality and use that as an inspiration. I mean, I'm going to lose it anyways. Alright, so, and you are now my unwitting pawn. That's Sylvia. That's the unwitting pawn. Sorry, Sylvia. You're my witting pawn. Okay, so we can't, obviously... It's going to be 30 seconds. Yeah, I think actually we can. If we time this right, we can try for another cultist. It's just going to be impossible to do this trick again if the card comes up again. Okay, so yeah, if we hide it using the painting long enough, and yeah, we're not going to add any additional material to it. It's actually just a fluid piece about me feeling like I'm exercising. Alright, why this is going on... Boom. Now we can now get level 6 lore when it comes to this. That's level 4, I believe. Yep. But this, yeah, all we need to do is possibly cut ourselves doing so. You know what? I can live with that. I got health cards. I got vitality. Study! Give me the level 6 knife lore. I know I call it knife lore sometimes. It's edgy. Alright, so vitality's launched. Oh no. There we go. Cop is now completely confused, but we have also generated more freaking mystique than I know what to do with. So, one of the things we can do about this, by the way, since I'm now packing the glimmering and I want to use the poetry cards, is I can generate another glimmering by just doing a standard painting. And I got 60 seconds. Watch. I can get the restlessness I just got here. Oh wait, excuse me, dream trip. Oh, finally level 6 lore. We can start going for Othros Woods immediately. Boom, go for it. Alright. There's restlessness. We put that in here. And we are done. Now I have the stag door. This will mean, of course, that I have the option to be able to dive in to grab even more lore, which using the reason card, which is what I'm going to keep doing. Alright, go. Breathe. Alright. God, the vitality just rains red. Okay. Now, if I had thought about it earlier, I probably would have, Alright, so we need to cut ourselves. To learn knife lore, which is strangely appropriate. We could get an injury, but again, we'll just heal the injury. Alright, so what have we got coming next time? Fascination. Ooh, we're going to burn off some of that mystique before he comes around again, which is good, because I don't want to generate much more. Yeah, it strikes me this isn't a memory card. Oh god. Do we have another glimmering? Yes, we do. Excellent. So this will last long enough for us to be able to combine the two, and then we will use the essay books in order to be able to get the level to 4 imagination card, which will allow us, of course, to be able to make those mystic paintings that we love so much. Oh god, happy man. You're a forge guy, aren't you? Excellent. I can use you. Alright, so speaking of which, let me tell you about the power of can we come in? We want to talk about the power of chaos. Alright, so since we haven't got a memory card running, let's just go back to our usual drudgery. Really should get that Heart Lord essay done. Alright, so boom. 6. Okay, this one. That's either Fascination Trap. Again with the Fascination Trap. Do we? Oh, wait. We can do this. Can we? 12 seconds. Yes, we'll use it to initiate Ludlow, and he should be fine. Oh, speaking of which, this is not Orthos Woods. Sigh. Get there eventually. Alright, so. Boom. Now, to get rid of it. Again, Fascination, and 6-point lore. Well, of course, in the dude we have to initiate. Boom. At least we escaped the trap. There's always a trap. Somewhere there is always a trap waiting for you to fall into it. Right, cool. Just don't do that again. Alright, so yeah, it looks like, yeah, we combined the knife lore to get 6, which is what we need for the counts. And yeah, we haven't even gotten the last patron yet. Okay, so no memory card, which means that we go right back to working as a murderer. It's bad memories. Go, no fascination, and contentment just vanished. Sorry, couldn't use much with you. Alright, boom. 6. Okay, so at this point, are we going to increase our, yeah, we might as well increase the Grail, because we need to get that to level 6. So, this one's a Greek, I believe. We've got the Greek card. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Whoops, what if I did that? I'd lose the Glimmering, which means I'd have to start all over again. We don't want to do that, because it's very dull to watch me start over. Okay, so. Good. Just keep burning off, my dear. Yep, okay, so that's 10 points of lore, which means, of forge. Which means we can now access a number of the vaults that I was thinking about doing. So, in order to do that, we have to pick which target we want. And of all of them to this point... Okay, just one more, dude. Right there. Right there. Ugh, sometimes. Yeah, we can do Crocus. Now, Crocus is going to have a couple of issues here, in that it's going to give us, I believe, a no, wait, that's the other one. Anyways, yeah, Crocus gives us a couple of tools, some piebald pigment, which, by the way, I will be using, I believe, to produce the moth painting, since I can't seem to get the Orthos wood vault unlocked from. So I will use that to create the moth tool, assuming I can get around the cop to do it. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But in any case, I can immediately access that, and of course I can do it on the cheap if I'm really careful, because I can go in, start Crocus, grab one of the, make sure he's level 5, just to make sure. All right, yeah, level 5, and the one fund necessary to do so. Then when it asks for, you know, do you want to send anybody else in or give me cash, I can send in Ludlow, and that will give me a level 10. Now, of course, that will produce notoriety, but we got to live with that because we do have to make progress to some degree. If I'm doing that, by the way, as soon as this drops, I will be producing, I will turn the fleeting remembrance with her help into restlessness and just start spamming that all over again, because apparently I can't get away from, you know, can't get away from the cops. They're everywhere. All right, so since we don't want fascination to start up, and that's one of the bad things in the Painted River, we go here, we get a bitter atmosphere, that's level 10. Which reminds me, oh, I have some dark thoughts. Okay, I have some really dark thoughts. Probably impractical, though. If I do manage to make it work, I'll show you. But yeah, I need a dead body, and I've got a very annoying cop. Alright, so let's pause, thanks. Let's turn this into restlessness. Okay, 30 seconds run. This, of course, looking for our number 2. Here we go. Funds. It's only going to let me use funds. That sucks. Ooh, well played. Well played. Usually it asks for funds and a follower. In this case, you're not letting me go cheap. Alright, pause. Now, if we're really quick about this and we get all the poetry books, all 3 of those poetry books done, I can get to level 4 imagination, which will combine with the pigment I'm about to get, of course, the level 8 tool, which will allow me to get my moth people up to level 10, because chaos. Alright, so restlessness was up in 13 seconds, and in that case, I'm going to let it run. Simply, nap. Always need a nap. Sometimes I get irritable without my nap. Alright, so now we can throw this in. There we go, to break open the warded door and Crocus. Now, the restlessness is immediately combined with this, so we lock it into place, because once that drops, remember, it becomes dread. Alright, cool. And we'll have vitality when this thing is ready to get rid of that. Alright, yeah, probably should just keep spamming the, trying to find a follower, so I can get the, more additional mystique to cover the... There we go. To cover, I knew that was going to happen because it's the most inconvenient thing to possibly happen. Just assume everything's going to go wrong. You'll rarely guess wrong that way. Alright, so yeah, there goes Mystique number 1. We need more Mystique. So, pause. Okay, cool. Now, drop the Mystique in that we just generated. Put her in here. Do that. We've also got a problem that the icy atmosphere will eventually become a dread in itself, but, you know, one problem at a time. You can also use the dread card. Turn that. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I will eventually turn that into with a vitality. But in the meantime, let's get this done. I don't want to waste the opportunity. It's always juggling with this. All right, so treasures lie before us. All right, so we're about to drop the notoriety at the worst possible time, but again, we will if we play this right. Okay, the more of that, better. Okay, so again, keep using the restlessness. Advantage of that. Of course, we don't want to have 2 dread popping out shortly, since we've got a dread trap going, because of course we have a dread trap going. All right, now to get rid of the dread and get rid of you. How does one do that? I have to paint you away, which will work, actually. Okay, so yeah. Oh, erudition or restlessness? Ah, erudition. Not really useful to me, but you know, I'll take it. Okay, so yeah. Paint, you will go bad on me, however. 7, I can switch you back. Okay, this is going to take a bit of juggling, but we can do it. Ooh. Question is yes, since I'm going to have to doing 65 seconds longer, if I do this just right. Okay, so drop the passion cards in, because we want the mystiques out so he'll grab them, then throw in the chilly atmosphere. There we go. While that is happening, we're gonna... okay, the sickness card's already over, so we might as well just dive right in. Yeah. Oops, don't want to use that way. Use it this way, dive right into the stag gate and see what we can get. Alright, cool, go. All timing. Always just timing. No. Do that. That. Quickly. Okay, another mystique drops off. What the heck? One more there's the scrap of flesh that we need to get from the Warrior's End. Okay, so the notoriety, of course, is our bane right now. The piebald pigment is something we will use to produce the moth artifact that we need. This is a level 10 secret histories. I will need a level 10 vault eventually, but the problem being is that I don't think it's actually the one that I can get until I exhaust all others. Might be able to. We might as well. We're going to have to throw it down anyways. So we might as well eventually get this translated from Greek so we can study it. But at the moment, we're studying our imagination. In any case, let's make sure we've got that. All right, so another hanger on, great. But we did give us a mystique. Now, one of the things we want to do is that since we're going for the generation of mystique, we might as well just get the 8 cash item and just start really raking in. Speaking of which, if we're raking it in, we might as well just grab another book. Go for it. All right, so again, firing all cylinders. There. Okay, so we have the Scar Bone Fragment, which is the fragment of lies memories of an older hour, which means eventually we'll be eating that because we're a ghoul, and that just looks tasty to us. It's got the... Remember, we're eating these things not because of the actual flavor, because they hold an essence that we desire to know. Alright, so... Bronze Spintra. Oh, it's only bronze? Oh, I thought it was the other. Ooh, we've got 2 erudition, which means that... can't do it right now, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I did not get his commission going, which really would have been cool. But what we can do is we can... Put the passion back. We can work towards... generating that back into a memory, because we do not want to pop dread on us. Icy atmosphere, that's right, I forgot. You got this one too. Now we have the 4-point knife one, which is going to be kind of interesting, because remember, we still have one ritual here. This one requires a tool, lore, and a person to sacrifice. Well, I won't sacrifice any of, well, most of my occultists. I will sacrifice somebody I happen to hire. So I'm keeping that option open because not only do I have the meteoric bullet, which will give me a 4 edge, which allows me to summon just about anything, I will also combine it with the knock lore, and with the correct amount of lore with knock, I can summon it. Now this is usually 6, so which means I can probably summon one of the heart divinities here. I can probably summon one of the chaos ones. I can definitely summon one of the lantern ones, but the winter one still lies beyond me at the moment. Which is my favorite, of course, but we shall continue. All right. Okay, bone flute. All right, so now we've got another book. Which one is it? Another lantern lore. Oof, probably just going to I'm probably just going to sell that one. I mean, it is Teresa's, and I love Teresa, but oh boy, that was a little crazy. Give me a second here to readjust. All right, so yeah, probably with Teresa's. Let's see, through. Why is okay? Locksmith Streams. Okay, at least you're just teasing me at this point. Anyways, too many books to go through. Anyways, probably just going to sell this one right back. Because like I said, we need to get the higher amount of lores. Okay. Alright, so. Contentment, glimmering. Okay, we've got the glimmering. We've got this back, which is exactly what we need because in... Well, hang on. Let's get the dreamscape over with. I don't remember if I have a fascination trap going. Let's assume that we don't, and we'll do that. It is a memory card, I believe. Yes, which means we can use it with this in order to keep it from spamming. Oh my god, the atmospheres, however. We've got level 2 and level 6. This one will pop to dread soon, so what instead of doing that, let's instead just consume this. 4 additional ones up here when this pops to dread, since we don't have a dread trap coming up. We have restlessness, which is great because, you know, hey. Boom. Okay, so got this part. Let's combine together, since we've got the Grail lore. But we need to go with it and get an open mind. Excellent. Level 4 standing by. You've now turned this into a memory, which is good. Because then I can't... Nope, we're going to use that dread to get rid of you. And the dread will drop in approximately now. Okay. Dread trap will be coming up. So instead, we're going to ditch you. The fascination trap. Which one? Don't care. And then you're going to do it with you again. Yeah, you're going to fade before we get to that point. Okay, and since we're generating, continuing to generate Mystique as best we can. Okay, we're at level 2. Let's put you over with the other tools. 4 points. Doesn't really help that much, unfortunately. Right, so. We got some cash at least. And we've got more cash to know what to do with. Oh wait, no, that's... For some reason, the counter down here will jump around when I pick it up. It says 14 when I actually have 8, which is annoying. Alright, so this is now in place. This, of course, we'll drain this one. Produce another Mystique. And the Restlessness will, of course, become the next thing that we generate Mystique with. Always nice when you can use your negatives as an asset. Alright, so BS. Okay, so... Ooh, although in Miss Cyrus, I don't think I need that because I already have the 6 points of lore for art. So, yeah, to the market. There's the Restlessness. God, Dread Trap's going to be close on my arse. Okay, so what we can do, got this at least. Since, of course, we don't want to have the... One of these will pop into dread unless I immediately take care of them. That's the pigment. Okay. Early needed an 8... Ooh, a weight point tool. Wait a minute. I can actually use that. I'm evil. I'm thinking about it. Anyways, so... Yeah, I'm thinking about using my one right here to start sacrificing my hirelings in order to get me a maid in the mirror. Because you can do that. If I have an 8-point tool, which uses a tool slot, I have somebody who has 2 knife in them, which, by the way, would be any of the, which would be 3 of the potential hirelings. The muscular dude, the professional muscle, the professional, the hulking fellow, and the bomb maker all have at least 3 edge in them. And I could use Knockalore, which I have enough of as well. In the meantime, however, probably short invite. Wait. Which way to run this? So... Oh, wait a minute. I consumed the fascination that way. Oh, I thought all the negative traits. You learn something every time. All right, boom, let's get you. In the meantime. Oh, cool. Boom. There we go, our open soul, which will allow us to get quite a bit more, which allows us to unlock 2 of the two of the challenges for higher lore. We're not quite at the point where we need higher lore, and frankly, there's 2 glimmering there. Should I put the erudition together and start working towards this? Not huge on that. We're eventually going to have to do it for combining lore possibilities, but at the moment, we're still trying to produce Mystique. Now, I can, if I can combine... Ooh, don't have a vitality. Wow. That's rare. So... We combine this with nothing, practically. Okay, so that's going to pop into a dread card rather quickly. Alright. Now we've got that out, so we will be using that in order to produce more memories, if we want to deal with the Restlessness card as well. So let's get... Alright, so we're going to get the... There we go. Last dread. Are we getting a dread trap? We are not. I told you to pause. Why didn't you pause? We are, however, going to be needing... You know what? Alright, let's do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to be needing a vitality card to deal with that sickness. Alright, so... Fund back. which is good. Keep bouncing the draining the shelves. I know it's not exactly getting a little grindy. I mean, this is where we set up. All right, so dread and restlessness. 40 seconds remaining on this, so I can't. Yes, I can use her to. I can use the misses in order to get the restlessness back to a standard memory card. In the meantime, I can use the dread, which is also a memory card, because, you know, I've seen too much. I'm going to scare the living shit out of the person I'm doing that. I'm going to tell them all about my horrible nightmares of eldritch abominations and such. Okay, in the meantime, what are we going to be doing with the restlessness? Right, we're going to let this burn. In the meantime, yeah, leave that open so we the dream card open, dream slot open. Duh. Hang on, more coffee. Definitely more coffee. My wordage is just getting stranger. Okay. All right, so book. I think this is actually. In Winter, or is it Mothlord? Possibly Mothlord. Oh well. Thing is, do I want to use it? The Viennese conundra. Conundra. That is a beautiful word, by the way. That is Moth 6. Okay, so do I want Moth 6 and make it an 8? Actually, I theoretically could use it. If I remember properly, though, let's see. Illumination requires either a rarefied mind or a library or fascination. Using fascination like that is dangerous, although we do have that. Oh, we have the dread card over here. Okay, let's probably then just sell it back. We will eventually get rarefied. We eventually get a library one, but we'll have access to greater books by then. Again, we're just trying to get the bookstore empty. Okay, so inspiration, desperation. The dread card does work. Again, like with that, but I can probably keep using the dread card for longer because it's got 159 seconds as opposed to 60 seconds. And we just have to make sure that we don't have, of course, that's going. Because again, speaking of fascination, the reason I don't like to use fascination for lore advancement is because like second you're done, if the trap's open, it will rip open on you. Oh cool, we've got more of this, and you... do I dare? Let's see, no, let's go with producing more mystique until this thing is done, because we have 2 more cycles to go through. Ooh. 58 seconds from now will be before we get any mystique from looking for a new cultist, because it takes 90 seconds. So again, rather than letting this one also pop dread, because having 2 dread on the board is bad, let's put it back into memory. And boom. Got the vitality to take care of the sickness, because it's all just exercise. It's all in your head, dude. Okay, but we're not going to have... Yeah, we're not going to have a person to use this on. You might as well let the glimmering burn away. And, you know, cash is okay. We've got the bronze sprinter. We should probably just, at some point... As we generate... Alright, so... We have... There's a fascination trap. Okay, so we've got more mystique, making it a 1 when his next cycle comes around 37 seconds. Now, since I can be quick about this, I can. Let me get rid of the dread. Not yet. I need to get drunk and do that. So instead, we'll just pop the dread in here. Do that again, take it off the board. That does kick it forward in case a trap does occur. This one we use the vitality, regenerate to get rid of. Yeah, I know. It all becomes a system after a while. You don't even think about it to some degree. You just keep doing it. Mind thinks in the pathways that you've carved. It's kind of frightening considering some of the concepts that can be dropped into your head from Facebook, for example. Okay, let's translate this. Got the time. That'll give us our level 10 lore. Alright. Second memory card so that we don't have to worry about the restlessness. And now breathe. Okay, let's get our commission. Might be able to use it. Definitely need more. We're going to do some more lore for the Grail in just a second. Right, because I'm betting... Nope, we got Moth, which we can do, which is awesome. Substantial, another bronze spintra. Okay. And what should we do next? Ooh, we could definitely reset you every 10 seconds. Yep, I'm starting the gravy train, which is good. I only need to use the medium card to generate Mystique for this sort of thing. Alright, so again, we can start generate this, and then we can do the standard. Remember, the standard way of Smoke with Fire is to use it with a Vault Expedition in order to allow you, there's, good lord, we have 1 cycle left. So, I don't need to generate any more Mystique, because the next time he does this is only 67 seconds and 6.6 seconds. Yeah, there's less than half a second he can grab it again. So, I guess we keep going. Wow. And doing this for a while, apparently. Okay, so do we want to know? Okay, so yeah, probably we can hold off at the moment. Ugh. Work towards, oh, there we go. We're going to be okay, I think. Well, don't ever say that. It'll be 1 in 8 shot that he can grab it to grab evidence, which of course, you know, oh, there it is, my problem. Dread, which means I have to get drunk now, which is not really an issue since I've got the cash to do so. Alright, so there we go. And we will read this with the level 10 lore. And again, another memory card. So, since the dread's gone, let's just chew up one of our memory cards. Again, every time I say that, I keep expecting it to be like a save scumming thing. Okay, so yeah, the moment of truth is depriving. Oh, we got a glimmering too. Alright, so we just have to wait for the dread trap to grab that, since it'll do it in 28 seconds. And Mystique. Now, this is going to happen in 5 seconds. There's no reason to generate any more Mystique. So what we can do is we can consider, a little crazy as this is going to be, the idea might be to start doing the painting in order to get the 8-point tool necessary to initiate our Cultists up to the next level. So if we're doing that, we need to pop in this one, grab all 4 passion, and we still have 2 passion cards left because of the way we played the beginning. Then we grab the moth lore. This is moth, right? Yeah, just checking. Didn't want to grab it. Accidentally grab the winter stuff. All right, and we can grab this as the subject, and boom, there we go. Now, we probably should get some more lore if we can. Oh, I actually can dream now. What a concept. We're good. Good, 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 good. Now, we throw in this to do so, and we're going to be doing the same thing when it comes to the Mystique and the extra points here. There's that to generate that. 10 points for the, no, 6 points. Ooh. That. Anyways, let's get Orthos Wood. Oh, it's already too late. I've essentially just scrapped Orthos Wood in favor of doing the painting here. In addition, the next expedition should probably be, since I've already got it, the Kerrigan Scratch one, which, when we pull it off, will require me to have both Forged Lore, which we do have 10 of, but also 10 Winter, and I can do that. So, it's gonna be, we've got the cash for it, and we seem to be going kind of insane with the notoriety at the moment, however, already. Because I will use change of address to the unattended church to give us the option of grabbing one of those notorieties if this really becomes much of an issue, because he will be going for a while. And that means, however, we're right back to looking for cultists. Cool, we put out an advertisement in the paper. Maybe it's Craigslist. Who knows? But we definitely need to get our... We only have the great card still, unless I choose to burn the bronze. Yep, I've got the extra cash for it. Teach me Latin, dear man. You're a doctor. You have to know Latin. I don't know if they know Latin these days, but in 1823, yeah, you needed to know Latin. Because it was kind of a way to write prescriptions so nobody else could understand them. Unless you were the church, I guess. Now I'm envisioning having a drug ring running in the Catholic Church. Oh god, we got a fascination card too? Why is everything so crazy right now? Alright, so the situation has gotten a little insane right now. Let's see. Mystique's 5, 6, 7. Generate this one. We definitely need to generate another one. Best we can to keep this cycle going. And gods, look at it all. Yeah, we're gonna be playing odds for a while here, but we do have the painting. Where is it anyways? Should be bouncing around. Oh my god. Oh my gods, the amount of mystique is insane. Yeah, this guy's gonna be going for nuts. Now, of course, it's 300, which means 5 cycles. We've got to go through 5 cycles of that much notoriety, and that's if we get rid of one of the notoriety immediately, that's gonna make our odds seriously in our favor. Actually, no, make it that, and then change premises. That will get rid of one of the notoriety right off the bat. Okay, so, boom. Alright, so, what are we doing here? Oh, forgotten. Good, we have more 6. I don't know if we're going to be using it, but the irony is by doing so, when I get the church, I will have the option of combining these a lot easier, because I require an erudition and a glimmering, or an HQ of the sanctuary, which the church can use. So all I need to do is pop out erudition, and I can keep combining lore for higher lores. Now, this will actually be necessary as the next one is level 10. I'm sorry I keep banging my headphones into this microphone. It's a little awkward down here. So, in the meantime, I've also got to be dealing with this. But ironically, when this produces the fleeting remembrance, it will be grabbed by the it'll be grabbed by the fascination trap. Such strange mechanics in this game sometimes. Okay, so we will continue in this vein. Oh, we're getting towards the end of the episode as well. Not sure you want to see me just continue to, boom, Scholar Latin. Translate the book on Latin. Ah, there we go. Thank you, Doctor. Alright, so we still need to keep generating mystique. So can we actually do it with anything that we have on the board? Because we can't do it with you. Can't do it with glimmering either. And I think we actually burned out our memory. So, what to do now? The only thing to do now would be to create more paintings. I don't want to use mystique, so I only have 2 passion running that's unexhausted. That's not really a good option. So yeah, I guess what we're going to do is we're just going to keep trying to generate one way or the other. This will take another 60 seconds, which we will have the option of doing. Go. Boom. And just keep going in that direction, at least get paid for it as well. And, the problem is I'm not sure I want to run these at the moment, simply because you have both these traps up, and there is a potential for getting dread. No, dread's not quite as much, but I don't need the influences. Yeah, actually, if I just grab the normal one at the gates, it's a chance it'll be level 6 lore, and at the very worst, it's a 6-point influence. For forge. Yep, there we go. And let's see what else we got. Okay, so now we've got the church as our headquarters. Again, it's got the sanctuary, which will allow us to combine lores to some degree to much higher. Because the lore that I actually need is, for the vault, is going to be, let's see, Tomb of the Shadowless King, which basically means I need 5, which is great. Oh, stop doing that. Sorry about that. Which basically means I need to go through all 5 of the level 10 lores, which is really insane. It's the land beyond the forest. Yeah. It's continent. Yeah. So that's going to take a while, because combining all of these lores together is going to take time. And of course I can go to the vaults for the higher ones, but that of course has the same issue with... Okay. I like that one. Forget it, JN. Basically means that it's the headquarters that we burned. Then we've got rid of the notoriety, and you probably don't want to see me just continuing to spin the mystique out in order to get rid of the notoriety, and probably want me to move on to the next vault, which is going to be Kegel and Scratch, of course. Question is, do we... Or do we do... Got Mithram? Because we've got the Forge one. Nope, I think we need... Yeah, we're going to need knock for that. We have absolutely no knock cultists, so I guess we're going to have to keep looking for freaking cultists. I don't mind doing that. That's the name of the game after all. But again, you've seen me do that about 100 times. So yeah, I'm probably going to call the episode right now. As you can see, we're still doing the same sort of smoke tactic, which, like I said, isn't terribly exciting to watch, but it is effective because you notice that we haven't generated any evidence, and we've also managed to keep, just cleaning up while we're talking here, managed to keep the cops from at bay. Now, eventually, I'm kind of hoping to kill him for the body to transform into a ghoul, which would be really cool. But sometimes you got to go with what's practical and not chase your dreams. In this case, of course, being the fact that I could eat the cop who's coming after me, which really appeals, by the way. I'm wondering what kind of memories we get from him. In any case, this is Fantastic World saying farewell from Lovecraft Country and Cultist Simulator Ghoul DLC. Now, you see, you'll know from my usual playing style that I play conservative, but you also know that I've promised we hit 750 subscribers to go crazy with the Chancellor Palpatine run on the Lantern Aspirant and basically try to take over the entire city and kill what I can't control. So if you do want to see me, I like to say, I can't say go to the dark side because it's the Lantern run, go to the light side, which in Gnostic lore is actually the bad side. You can, and you're not already a subscriber, by all means, subscribe and you can do so. Also, that will give you an additional, allow you to vote on the next series. It's going to be running after probably Lust from Beyond and a quick addendum of Secret World. So probably sometime in fall when we get to the next series. I've already got 4 out. If I remember, I'll put a link up to where you can see the Let's Try episodes of the first episode of each potential series, and you can vote on with that. Of course, like, share, subscribe. You know, per usual, hit the notification bell. I actually remembered that one, guys. And if you really want to help the channel grow, the support, you can have a link to the you can become a supporter, and there is a link to the Gumroad payment platform down below. $1 makes you an initiate of the cult, which allows you to get additional material, including the 2nd and 3rd episodes of those potential series I mentioned before. And $2 makes you a full-blown cultist, which then allows you to become get additional material on top of the additional material. It goes additional material and early access. And there will be a upcoming $5 acolyte one, which I will describe when a next channel announcement, which I am overdue for at this point, but I am sorry. Every recording's become kind of nuts. Schedules become kind of nuts. This one's actually being run just before I'll have to upload it, which I'm terribly sorry about. And things happen. And of course, if you want to check out my other series, which is going on right now, it's Lust from Beyond, 18 plus, not safe for work, however, because it's the game speaks for itself. Anyways, I will see you next time.
Oh!